Topic of this video is transpiration. So transpiration is an important physiological phenomena that occurs in all plants, and it is also an important phenomena of water cycle as it helps of accumulation of water in the atmosphere from the plants. So it is a physiological process by which excess water is lost from the living tissues of the plants in the form of vapor. So ఇక్కడ ఎక్సెస్ వాటర్ అన్నది ప్లాంట్ లో నుంచి ఎవాపరేట్ అయ్యే ప్రాసెస్ ని మనము ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ అనేసి అంటున్నాం. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ మూవ్మెంట్ త్రూ ద ప్లాంట్ అండ్ ఇట్స్ ఎవాపరేషన్ ఫ్రమ్ aerial parts such as leaves, stems and flowers. So under transpiration we'll be studying the whole process of movement of water, from how the water is absorbed by the roots and how is it moving through the plant, and finally how the excess water is being evaporated on the surface of the leaves, stems and flowers by transpiration. So a simple definition is that transpiration is a process by which water vapor leaves the living plant body and enters into the atmosphere. So main characteristics of transpiration. So according to the recent studies, it has been revealed that about 10% of the moisture found in the atmosphere is released by the plants, that too through transpiration. So 10% of the moisture in the atmosphere is the direct result of transpiration, and remaining 90% is supplied by evaporation from oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, streams, etc. So plant transpiration is an invisible process, and transpiration is the evaporation of water from plants and trees, and approximately 99% of all the water taken up by the plant is lost to transpiration. And transpiration is called as both a added advantage and also a loss to the plant. So basically plant లో ఉన్న ఫిజియోలాజికల్ ప్రాసెసెస్ అన్నిటి కోసం ఎంత వాటర్ అయితే టేకప్ చేస్తుందో అందులో 90% ఆఫ్ ద వాటర్ ఇస్ లాస్ట్ బై ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్. So 90% of the water that is taken up by the plant is not utilized by the plant, and it is evaporated by transpiration. So transpiration is the final step in the continuous water pathway that starts from the soil into the plant roots and ends as it passes into the atmosphere. So transpiration rate another, it is the highest in the leaves. It is an elegant, sustainable, natural design that performs its vital functions without electricity, fossil fuels, and without moving parts. సో ఎక్కడైనా ఇక్కడ మనకి ఏమవుతుంది, వాటర్ అన్నది గ్రావిటీకి అగెయిన్స్ట్గా ఇట్ ఈస్ మూవింగ్ హైట్లోకి మూవ్ అవుతుంది. సో మనం అది ఫిజికల్గా మనం చేయాలంటే మనకి ఐదర్ ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ కావాలి, లేకపోతే ఏదైనా ఫ్యూయల్ కావాలి, లేకపోతే ఏదైనా మూవ్మెంట్ కావాలి. కానీ ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ ఆర్ వాటర్లో ప్లాంట్ మూవ్మెంట్ ఏమవుతుంది, ఇట్ డస్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ ఆల్ దీస్ ప్రాసెసెస్ అండ్ యెట్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ మూవ్మెంట్. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ అ సస్టైనబుల్ న్యాచురల్ డిజైన్ అనేసి అంటున్నారు. So many xeric plants have small leaves, silvery reflective leaves, hairy leaves, or produce essential oils, which are all strategies to reduce transpiration by reducing evaporation. So transpiration reduce చేయడానికి కూడా xeric plants అనేవి ట్రై చేస్తున్నారు. Why is it? Because xeric plants are xerophytes. సో xerophytic conditions లో మనకి వాటర్ అనేది ప్లాంట్ కి ఆల్రెడీ తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. So in such conditions, reducing transpiration will help in storage of water and saving up of water by the plant. Importance of transpiration. So transpiration is very useful procedure for plants as it creates a negative pressure gradient that helps draw water and minerals up through the plant from its roots. So because ఈ ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ అన్నది there is a transpiration pull అనేసి అంటాం మనం. సో ఈ ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ పుల్ అన్నది ఉన్నందుకు there is always a sort of pressure gradient that is developed. Pressure gradient ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది, మొత్తం xylem మొత్తంలో, xylem ఎక్కడ పైన ఏరియల్ పార్ట్స్, లీవ్స్, ఫ్లవర్స్ నుంచి కింద రూట్స్ వరకు దెర్ ఇస్ అ కంటిన్యూస్ xylem వెజల్స్ అన్నవి ఉంటాయి మనకు వర్టికల్ గా. సో ఈ xylem వెజల్స్ అన్నిట్లో ఒక ప్రెషర్ గ్రేడియంట్ అన్నది ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. దట్ టు a negative pressure gradient. సో ఇలా ప్రెషర్ గ్రేడియంట్ ఫామ్ అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, ఇట్ విల్ హెల్ప్ ఇన్ టేకింగ్ అప్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ ఫ్రమ్ ద రూట్స్. సో రూట్స్ లోకి సాయిల్ నుంచి వాటర్ లోపలికి తీసుకోవడానికి ఇవి నెగటివ్ ప్రెషర్ గ్రేడియంట్ అన్నది హెల్ప్ చేస్తుంది. అండ్ ఇట్ హెల్ప్స్ టు కీప్ ద ప్లాంట్ కూల్ ఇన్ హాట్ వెదర్ కండిషన్స్. It supports the photosynthesis and encourages the exchange of gases. So it also helps in maintaining the levels of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere. It also plays a significant part in global hydrogen cycle. It releases approximately 10% of the water back into the environment. It produces 90 to 450 kgs of water for each compound of soil material produced by the plants. So transpiration through plant stomata is a main pathway for water entering the atmosphere over land. So over land, transpiration is the important part of water cycle. We have seen that other processes include evaporation by oceans, seas, rivers, and lakes. So through the land, water vapor ali atmosphere reach avvadaniki transpiration is an important process. So types of transpiration lo there are three important ones. One is stomatal transpiration, cuticular transpiration, and lenticular transpiration. So stomatal transpiration. Transpiration that occurs to stomata is called as stomatal transpiration. So this type of transpiration only occurs in the presence of sunlight. So presence of sunlight lo మాత్రమే stomatal transpiration అన్నది అవుతుంది. Because stomata open in the presence of sunlight and close in darkness. And in this method, plants give out 80 to 90% of the water in the form of vapor. So here you can see that there is an opening. This opening is called as, this whole apparatus is called as stomatal apparatus, and the small opening that you see is stoma. In the next class, we will see the complete structure and organization and functioning of stomata. So here there is a better diagram of stomatal apparatus. The small pore that is present in between is called as stoma, which is around which there are two guard cells that are present. And these guard cells are again they again have subsidiary cells that are present around them. And this whole apparatus, which is stoma, subsidiary cells, and the guard cells together, is called as stomatal apparatus. Second one is cuticular transpiration. So transpiration that occurs through cuticle, or rather cracks of thin cuticle layer of leaves and stems, is called as cuticular transpiration. So this is a day-night process. In this process, 5 to 10% of the water is given out in the form of vapor. Lenticular transpiration. Sometimes transpiration occurs through lenticels. So lenticels are small openings in the corky tissue covering stem and twigs. And this type of transpiration is said to be lenticular transpiration. In this process, only 0.1% of the water is given off in the form of vapor. So usually lenticels are not the usually found cells in the plant. So that is the reason there is only a small amount of water vapor that is given off by lenticels. Lenticels are specialized cells. So aerial parts of the whole young plant, when you compare, lenticels or lenticular transpiration constitutes 0.1%. Cuticular transpiration constitutes approximately 3 to 10%, and stomatal transpiration constitutes about 90% of the whole of the process of transpiration. Transpiration versus evaporation. So this is a regular doubt among the students that in both transpiration and evaporation there is water is forming into water vapor and it is leaving. So what is the difference between these two? So transpiration is a physiological process which occurs only in plants. So evaporation is a physical process in any free surface. So transpiration మెయిన్గా ఏంటంటే మనకి ప్లాంట్స్ నుంచి వాటర్ ఎలా ఎక్సెస్ వాటర్ ఎలా బయటకు పంప్ అవుతుంది అన్నది we study under transpiration. So evaporation is liquid of water converting into water vapor in any surface. It doesn't have to be plant. It can be on any surface. It can be on a plain wood surface or a table, ఒక టేబుల్ పైన కానీ ఎక్కడైనా కూడా ఏదైనా మెటల్ పైన కానీ ఎక్కడైనా టెంపరేచర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయ్యేసి when there is water is converted into water vapor, it is evaporation. కానీ ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ ఏంటంటే ఇట్ ఇస్ పర్టిక్యులర్లీ ఒక ప్లాంట్ లోంచి వాటర్ అన్నది ఎక్సెస్ వాటర్ అన్నది ఎలా అట్మాస్ఫియర్ లో కలుస్తుంది అన్న మొత్తం ప్రాసెస్ ని మనం ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ అంటాం. సో వాటర్ మూవ్స్ త్రూ ద ఎపిడర్మిస్ with its cuticle or through stomata or lenticels because plant is an organized structure. And in evaporation, any liquid can evaporate. The living epidermis and stomata are not involved. So living cells are involved in transpiration. Living and non-living surfaces can evaporate. So various forces such as vapor pressure, osmotic pressure, etc. are involved in transpiration. So transpiration అనేది పాసిబుల్ అవ్వడానికి మనకి యూజువలీ ప్లాంట్లో ఏమవుతుంది, దెర్ ఇస్ డిఫరెన్సెస్ ఇన్ ద వేపర్ ప్రెషర్ డిఫర్ అవుతుంది, అట్మాస్ఫియరిక్ ప్రెషర్ డిఫర్ అవుతుంది, టర్గర్ ప్రెషర్ డిఫర్ అవుతుంది. ఇవన్నీ దే విల్ కంట్రోల్ ద ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ ఇన్ ద ప్లాంట్. అండ్ డిఫరెన్సెస్ ఇన్ ద ఆస్మాటిక్ ప్రెషర్ బిట్వీన్ డిఫరెంట్ సెల్స్ రిజల్ట్ ఇన్ ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్. అదే ఎవాపరేషన్లో నాట్ మచ్ ఫోర్సెస్ ఆర్ ఇన్వాల్వ్డ్. And formation of vapor continues for some time even after saturation of outside air. So evaporation stops when the air is fully saturated. So transpiration depends largely on the absorption of water from the soil. So, and evaporation continues as long as water is available on the surface. So this point is very important. So, meaning that ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్లో ఏమవుతుందంటే మనకి వైట్ ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్స్ ఆన్ ద సర్ఫేస్ ఆఫ్ ద లీఫ్ డ్రై అయిపోయినప్పుడు మనకి ఇక్కడ ఉన్న ప్రెషర్స్ వల్ల ఆస్మాటిక్ ప్రెషర్ కావచ్చు, వేపర్ ప్రెషర్ కావచ్చు, బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ దీస్ ప్రెషర్స్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ ప్రెషర్ గ్రేడియంట్ దట్ ఈస్ డెవలప్డ్ ఆన్ ద జైలం. సో జైలంలో ఒక ప్రెషర్ గ్రేడియంట్ డెవలప్ అయ్యేసి again there is absorption of water from the soil maintaining this water column. So whenever the leaf dries off, leaf dry అయిపోయినప్పుడు అక్కడితో ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ అన్నది ఆగిపోదు. it will have a negative pressure gradient that is formed which will take up water from the soil. సో ఎండిపోయింది ఆకు అనేసి అక్కడ ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ అవ్వకుండా మళ్ళీ వాటర్ పుల్ చేసుకోవడానికి హెల్ప్ చేస్తుంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ హెల్పింగ్ ద ప్లాంట్. వేరస్ ఎవాపరేషన్లో ఎప్పుడైతే సర్ఫేస్ పైన వాటర్ అయిపోతుందో అప్పుడు ఎవాపరేషన్ అనేది అక్కడే ఆగిపోతుంది. ట్రాన్స్పిరేషన్ ఇస్ అ రెగ్యులేటెడ్ ప్రాసెస్ whereas evaporation is a non-regulated process. Transpiration is comparatively slow process where evaporation is a faster process. So water vapors are formed in the internal tissues of the plant. Water vapors are formed on the free surface of the water. So mechanism of transpiration, it occurs in three parts. The first one is water is passively transported into the roots and then into the xylem. So roots nunchi first soil nunchi roots loki enter avutundi water, and then from the roots it will enter into the xylem. So we have seen in the absorption of water and a topic lo we have seen how water is entering from the epidermis to the xylem vessels. So cohesion adhesion of the molecules wala, it is entering from the outermost epidermis till the xylem vessels. So water moves from the xylem into the mesophyll cells, evaporates from their surfaces and leaves by plant diffusion through stomata. So we said that it will involve three basic steps. One is absorption at the roots. The second one is capillary action in the xylem vessels. And third one is evaporation at the leaf. So absorption. Roots absorb water from the soil through osmosis, where the cell wall concentration is less than the soil water concentration. There are thousands of these tiny root hairs on each root that allow the water to enter the plant very quickly. You can see the diagram of root hairs here. So water is drawn up the xylem in the stem by three factors. There is root pressure, there is capillary action, and there is transpirational pull. So water అన్నది roots నుంచి stem కి leaves కి వెళ్ళడానికి three forces అన్నవి యాక్ట్ చేస్తాయి. ఒకటి root pressure, second one is capillary action, the third one is transpirational pull. Here we are more interested in the transpirational pull. So transpirational pull ki main agenda emuntundi, whenever there is loss of water or lack of water in the topmost aerial parts of the plant, there is a negative pressure gradient that is formed in the xylem. So ee negative pressure gradient valla ee xylem lo water annadi absorb ayyesi it will travel throughout the plant. So turgor pressure. Turgor pressure is exerted by the fluid in the cell that presses the cell membrane against the cell wall. So turgor pressure is what makes living tissue rigid. Turgor pressure, it makes the cell rigid. The cell ki oka shape ichi strong ga undadaniki oka stiffness ichedi manam turgor pressure anesi antam. So turgor pressure is exerted by the fluid in the cell anesi antunnam. So cell lopal unde fluid enti, it is cytoplasm. It is cytoplasm that is present inside the cell. So turgor pressure is the force exerted by the cytoplasm against the cell membrane and against the cell wall. So ikkada lopala what cell lopala unna cytoplasm annadi, it will exert a pressure against the cell wall. So this pressure will make the living tissue will make the cell rigid in nature. So loss of turgor resulting from the loss of water from plant cells causes flowers and leaves to wilt. So it is simple. So we are saying that cell lopala unde cytoplasm annadi, cytoplasm and the water that is present in the cytoplasm, it will exert a pressure against the cell wall. So cell wall paina pressure exert chesi, it will give a nice round shape, rectangle shape, hexagonal shape, whatever the shape the cell is present. When there is loss of this turgor pressure, so loss of turgor pressure enduku untundi, water loss ainappudu there is loss of turgor pressure also. So ee turgor pressure loss ainappudu ee flowers gaani leaves gaani wilt avutayi, ante muduchukupotayi. So the simple to explain it in simple words, there is water that is present inside the cell that it is pushing the cell outwards and giving a shape. So imagine a balloon or something. Imagine a balloon. So whenever there is, manam balloon lo water పోసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, it will give a nice shape to the balloon. సో మనం నెమ్మదిగా వాటర్ తీసేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, బెలూన్ అన్నది మొత్తం దగ్గరికి అయిపోతుంది. సో ఇన్ ద సేమ్ వే ఒక సెల్ లో కూడా ఈ సెల్ లోపల ఉన్న వాటర్ అన్నది ఇట్ విల్ ప్రెజెంట్ ఒక టర్గర్ ప్రెషర్ అన్నది సెల్ వాల్ కి అగేన్స్ట్ గా ప్రెషర్ ఉండేసి ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ అ ప్రాపర్ షేప్ అండ్ స్టిఫ్నెస్ టు ద సెల్. సో ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ఈ సైటోప్లాజం ఆర్ వాటర్ ని అక్కడ నుంచి తీసేసామో అప్పుడు ఆ సెల్స్ అన్ని ముడుచుకుపోయేసి ఇట్ విల్ ఫైనలీ రిజల్ట్స్ ఇన్ wilting of flowers and leaves. So yes, the rate of loss of water from the plant is greater than the absorption of water in the plant. So excessive transpiration causes mesophyll cells to become flaccid. Transpirational pull, here is a diagram. And capillary action. So capillary action is the adhesion and cohesion that is present in the xylem vessels. So for xylem vessels అన్నవి they will the water column continue గా ఉండడానికి the water will have adhesion and cohesion forces. ఈ adhesion and cohesion forces are present in between the water molecules in form of hydrogen bonding. So ఈ hydrogen bonding and adhesion cohesion ఉన్నందువల్ల ఒక కంటిన్యూస్ వాటర్ కాలం అన్నది మనకి మెయింటైన్ అవుతుంది. సో ఈ కంటిన్యూస్ వాటర్ కాలం మెయింటైన్ అవ్వడం వల్ల కూడా దెర్ ఇస్ ఆల్వేస్ ఇన్ఫ్లక్స్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ into the roots from the soil. Evaporation. So evaporation at the surface of the leaf keeps the column moving. This is the strongest force involved in transpiration. And also we have to remember water potential, especially in case of transpiration and stomatal regulation. So water potential quantifies the tendency of free water to move from one area to another area due to osmosis, gravity, mechanical pressure, or magnetic effects such as surface tension. We'll study more of water potential in the stomatal regulation. So adaptation and distribution. So we'll see how transpiration is present in different geographical regions. So xerophytic plants there is lack of water in the soil. So therefore it reduces the number of leaves. So it turns the leaves into spines. So there is less number of stomata, which reduces transpiration in turn. Adaptations in mountain plants. So atmospheric pressure decreases and evaporation increases as the transpiration rate also increases. Adaptation and distribution in cold climate and deciduous plants. There is shedding of leaves to reduce transpirations. Deciduous trees shed twice a year. Cold climate and evergreen trees. So to reduce the surface area of the leaves, to decrease the surface area into needle-like structure, to reduce the number of stomata and reduce the transpiration. Equatorial evergreen, they have bigger leaves, bigger surface, lot of stomata, thick waxy layer called as cuticle, and cuticle covers the stomatal opening in epidermis to prevent excess loss of water and helps to the limited amount of transpiration. Not having a waxy layer, and sometimes there are sunken stomata that are present which covers with lot of hair. So fine fibrous structure covering the stomatal openings. Stomatal openings are covered and that traps the vapor, water vapor that comes out of stomata. Humidity increases into it and reduces the transpiration. So measurement of transpiration was done by Stephen Hales and devised three methods of measuring the rate of transpiration by weighing the potted plants by potometer and measuring the humidity of the air. Factors affecting transpiration. So factors that affect transpiration rate of plants are divided into two types. One is plant parameters and the other is environmental conditions. So stomata. Among plant parameters, one of the main important factor is the stomata. So when stomata are open, transpiration rate increases. When stomata are closed, transpiration rate decreases. We have seen that 90% of the transpiration occurs by stomata, and stomata are usually open in the daytime. So there is higher rate of transpiration during the day when compared to the night. Number of stomata. So more stomata will provide more pores for the transpiration. Number of leaves. More leaves mean a bigger surface area and stomata for transpiration. Cuticle. So the thicker the cuticle layer on the leaf surface, the slower is the transpiration rate. Leaf area or the transpiring area. A plant with large leaf area will have more transpiration than the plant with less leaf area, which is directly saying that large leaf area will have more number of stomata. As a result, the transpiration rate increases. Root to shoot ratio. A low root to shoot ratio decreases the rate of transpiration, whereas high ratio increases the rate of transpiration. Mesophyll. Compact mesophyll reduces transpiration, while loose mesophyll increases transpiration. Leaf modifications also play a role, such as formation of prickles, leaf spines, scaly leaves, phyllodes, phylloclades are all modifications that are found in xerophytes to reduce transpiration. And environmental conditions that affect transpiration include light intensity. So it warms the leaves quicker. It also causes the stomata to open. Thus, more transpiration occurs during the day, and the rate is higher on a sunny day when compared to a cold, dull day. Humid atmosphere. At low humidity, there is lower concentration of water molecules in the air around the leaves. So this concentration gradient helps the transport of water molecules from the leaves by diffusion. So high humidity means that air around the leaves is already saturated and has higher concentration of water molecules than inside the leaves. So when the humidity తక్కువ ఉన్నప్పుడు there is higher rate of transpiration. Humidity ఎక్కువ ఉన్నప్పుడు there is lower rate of transpiration, meaning that they are inversely proportional to each other. So low humidity అంటే ఏంటి? అక్కడ ఉన్న ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ లో వాటర్ వేపర్ ఆర్ మాయిశ్చర్ అన్నది తక్కువ ఉంది, వాటర్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ అన్నవి తక్కువ ఉన్నాయి. సో ఆటోమేటికలీ వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్ by the process of diffusion, the water from the leaves will go out into the atmosphere easily. But humidity high ఉన్న అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? అక్కడ వాటర్ అన్నది ఆర్ వాటర్ వేపర్ ఆ అట్మాస్ఫియర్ లో ఆల్రెడీ ఎనఫ్ ఉంది ఆర్ సాచురేటెడ్ గా ఉంది. సో అలాంటప్పుడు there is very less chance of water moving from the plant into the atmosphere. Temperature. So an increase in air temperature warms the water inside the leaves more quickly, causing it to evaporate quicker. It also increases the capacity of the air to absorb more water. Importantly, it increases the capacity of the air to absorb more water. So it is directly proportional. So high temperatures result in high rate of transpiration. Wind. So transpiration relies on diffusion. So windy conditions cause air molecules to be blown away from the leaves, preventing the air around the leaves becoming saturated with water molecules. So wind ఎక్కువ ఉన్నప్పుడు కూడా it will carry the water molecules that have been already evaporated away from the plant, making the air available for evaporation. So wind speed is also directly proportional to the rate of transpiration. Next, soil water. That was it. Thank you.